There are a lot of people that are from Hudsonville, and they moved away as they grew older. And since we decided to start having this event, the weekend right after Thanksgiving, a lot of them have decided to stay later. They won't go home until Sunday instead of on Friday or Saturday. And that means a lot, not only to us, that are running the event that want it to go well, but for those families that get that extra time with those that they might not normally. Well, that first year we had 48 trees, and a majority of them were just for the local businesses. Well, as the years have gone by, last year was our 9th year to have the trees. We had 185 trees total. Of those 185 trees, we had the names of 224 lost loved ones. So this is something that the families can come together, and it's really special. It's a way to keep those people, involved, even if it is, in a different type of way. We have people, sometimes the trees that are in remembrance of lost loved ones, they'll laminate photos, or they'll put photos inside of ornaments. And so the trees are beautiful not only at night when they're lit up, but they're so special to look at during the day when they're not lit as well. When we first started this, I didn't have the same type of attitude, towards it. We just had a family tree, and it was my mom and dad and my brother and his wife and my husband and I and our 5 kids. Well, since that time that we started in 2020, we lost my brother, and he was a U.S. Army veteran. When you lose somebody, especially if it's suddenly, that makes it 10 times harder. That year, instead of adding another tree, because we already had our family tree, we went one step further and added a beautiful LED light up flag that's along the gate that goes down into the dock area. Every single tree that is in memory of somebody means just as much to them as the one for my brother does to me. It makes you feel so good to be able to, drive by every evening and see it lit up, and there's really not anybody within our community that's not impacted in some way or another.
He made gritty novels, a little off color. If you were a World War II veteran, what he wrote about appealed to you because he had the same experiences you had, and he put them into the book that way, at that level. We had a lady in town that started a writer's colony, and her name was Lonnie Handy. Her husband, Harry, ran the refinery. They supported a writer's colony, first of all, in their house. Lonnie took the writer's colony and moved it to Marshall. And the buildings are still there. It's at the west end of Marshall. And it produced some writers. She had some unusual methods of teaching writing. Jones, of course, sat down and wrote stories. Probably what started raising his horizons was the fact that he was born and raised here, and he was in trouble a lot. Came from a not so good family environment. So Jones was kind of a knockabout kid, and I mean knockabout. They talk about in his yearbook, class of 1939, about him being a napper, because he slept through high school, but also being something of a boxer. He boxed Golden Gloves at Terre Haute when he could get there. And so Jones, 1939, joins the regular Army and is posted in Schofield Barracks, Hawaii, early in 41. And while there, he had some experiences. The war started. He was there when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. The war started, and he had combat experience in Guadalcanal and was wounded. And then he came home. First of all, he went to Memphis to a hospital to be treated for his injury. Then he came home. Sat down and started writing books. And the first one was From Here to Eternity. The Pulitzer that year went to King Mutiny, but he won the National Book Award, and that propelled his book forward. The book sold exceptionally well. 1951, you bought the hardback for 75 cents, but the movie rights were sold almost instantly. It's been made into a movie twice. And then he wrote Thin Red Line, and that's about combat in Guadalcanal. Now, both of those were from his own experiences. Thin Red Line about Guadalcanal has been made into a movie twice. When he was dying, he wrote the third book of his war trilogy called Whistle. And Whistle is about his time in the hospital. So he wrote a series of books. Whistle, that he was working on when he died, he got down to the last 2 or 3 chapters, made copious notes, passed away, but had a friend of his finish it according to his notes. He also did a lot of other books, but none of them had quite the success. From Here to Eternity made him the equivalent in today's money of a millionaire.
Annapolis is a very tiny or small town in the upper north of Crawford County. Early on, about 200 years ago, it was actually a very thriving community. A lot of people were moving into the area from places like North Carolina and Ohio, which is where my families came from. So I've been in this area now for 50 years myself. This is where my family grew up and where I have grown up. So Annapolis actually has had 3 names over its 150-year history. It first started as the Four Corners, and basically, just like it sounds, it was an intersection of 2 main roads in the north of Crawford County. By the 1860s, another family had moved in. The Thomas Spencer family came, and on the east side of the Four Corners, they platted that land and they called it Spencerville. A couple of years after that, another family came and they platted the land to the west of what is now Annapolis. And once there was a postmaster and he had that business in his own home on the Annapolis side, then the whole town became Annapolis with the growth of the post office. And then banks started coming in and more businesses started coming in. So it has always then been known as Annapolis. By the 1920s, there were over 20 businesses in Annapolis. Everything from 3 to 4 grocery stores, a pharmacist, barber shops, a beauty shop, even a theater. In the 1920s, banks really started helping Annapolis, and they helped those businesses thrive. But another part that became literally a booming business was the oil fever that was happening in Crawford County. And the first actual oil well to overflow one of the derricks was just outside of Annapolis, and that occurred in 1905. So we actually have that as a proud moment in our history too. And that also sustained the businesses in Annapolis for quite a while. So from the 1850s to about the 1950s, Annapolis was a thriving community. Schools and education was a large part of Annapolis. At one time, it had 2 schools. It did have a primary school and a 3-year high school, which sounds kind of odd to us now. We're used to 4-year high schools, but there just wasn't enough students to finish out their high school years. A lot of the boys had to stay home and work, and girls as well. So students who wanted to get a diploma would often travel to another town to stay with a relative and get their diploma. While I didn't get to see all the businesses in the 20s and 30s and so on, I do remember times when my dad would take me to the local garage, or my mom would have to run an errand to the last remaining store, and I would get that famous ice cream sandwich or some candy there. There's so many little towns that we have left that have become memories. And a lot of our younger people, and I'm going to say I'm younger, that includes me as well, but my children just don't get to see the history behind it, and I feel like it's important to carry that on for future generations.
We are very proud of our park system in Robinson. We were created back in 1976. They hired me directly out of college. I had a couple of different offers to come other locations and had the opportunity to come back home. I've felt all along that our park system is a community made up of all of us. And Robinson not only reflects that in everything we do, but we've tried to carry that theme over into our park system now. Created that with 70 acres of various properties within the community. 2 large parks have been developed over the years. And we have tried to make it a family-friendly atmosphere. We feel like a wholesome activity for the community with a family background, and coming in and enjoying yourself and having a good time has been our emphasis in our recreation program throughout the years. As time progressed, we were able to upgrade our swimming facility, which is state-of-the-art. We call it Pelican Cove. It's created an atmosphere where we draw folks from a 30-mile radius and involve, again, a family atmosphere as a splash pad, water slides, your typical swimming things that you would find in a public pool. We have a friendship playground now that has just been created for special needs, and for that matter, it's an all-inclusive playground, which means anyone could come and enjoy it. And that's been a big addition of our park system. We have the usual baseball, softball facilities. We have a par 3 golf course, which is very well used by our older citizens in the community. It's called Deer Run. It's like I say, a par 3. But probably the most used facilities we have in our park system are our walkways. And I think that's because the age groups in our community are diversified, yet it's an activity that anyone can participate in. Both parks have lengthy walkways that they can go and enjoy. Our parks are full of all the other toys you would find, the pickleball, the tennis, the picnic tables. We're about to put in cornhole. We have a miniature golf course. You can find such a wide variety of activities, and that's probably geared to allow families to come and enjoy the evening. And in small town, you're going to get that. You get that small town atmosphere. And that goes back to our saying, community made up of all of us. We try to provide activities and events that we can all participate in our park system. We have developed an area downtown which we call Cross Street Station. And not only do we have farmers markets there, we have concerts there in the summer. We bring in the food trucks. And the thing that's unique about that, folks bring their lawn chairs and their kids and their blankets, they sit in the street and watch the entertainment. And that's the kind of activities we've tried to provide. We've had mural painters come in town and decorate our downtown area. We're developing a special event in the spring, which we will call Summer Fest or Spring Fest, but more of a daffodil approach. And we've put thousands of daffodil bulbs all over the community to try to brighten up that look we're trying to create, which has been a big deal. Special events we hold throughout the year, probably the biggest one, the Easter egg hunt in Washington Park, 11,000 eggs. And unique thing about, again, going back to what we say about our community, those eggs are put together by Lawrence Crawford, which are special needs folks. And they take part in helping us set up that Easter egg hunt. And without their help, again, without the help of the community, we're not able to pull off those kind of events. I think anytime people come and visit your community, they're going to look at your hospital, your library, and we're in a beautiful building here today, and then they're going to look at your parks and look at your schools and look at your special areas. Is this a community that I see growth? Is this a community that I see something happening? It's not stagnant. And if you can see that and you go to the park in the evening and it's full of people, you know you've done something good. And that's what we try to create in the 40-some years I've been here. And we're happy to be here. It's a great place to live and grow. And it's a community made up of all of us. It takes every one of us to make it what it is.
Our story starts about 7 years ago. The safety supervisor from the local refinery came to the school to talk to them about workplace safety. And when he finished, he gave every student a smoke detector. Well, some of the students didn't know what a smoke detector was, and the teacher saw that as a problem. The next year, they got a hold of me and said, "What can we do about this?" So we developed a test, a pre-test, if you will, to kind of gauge the students. What did they know? The fire safety, home safety, workplace safety, things of that nature. And we found that they didn't really know a lot about any of it, but especially were low in home safety. So at that point, we developed this program. The safety supervisor, again, from the refinery gets them. He's got a extinguisher simulator, and it's similar to a video game. And they actually have to pull the pin, aim it, squeeze the handle, sweep it side by side at a TV monitor, and act like they're putting out a flame. And after everybody has done that, we would then, as in the fire department, comes back the next day, and we take every 8th grade student outside, give them a real extinguisher, and we light a real fire. Again, they have to pull the pin themselves, they aim it, they squeeze, they sweep, they put the extinguishing agent on the fire, they put it out, and then we teach them to back straight away from the fire and lay down the extinguisher. With this program, we've had 4 8th graders that have put out fires in their homes, ranging from kitchen fires to garage fires or whatever. But in each instance, the parents have panicked, and the students actually recited pass, pull, aim, squeeze, sweep as they're getting their extinguisher and bringing it to the fire. It's saving property, saving lives possibly. And if people could take something from this, is that the fire safety is important. Everybody takes it for granted. And I know I did before I became a firefighter, but these things happen in real life.
Robinson's a special place, Crawford County's a special place, and what makes it special for me is my passion for golf and that place because of the membership and the facilities that we have. It's just fantastic. Quail Creek was first opened in 1990. The original golf course was just 9 holes. One of the gentlemen that designed the golf course, his name's Tom Bendelow. And if you're a golfer, that's an important name to know because during that time frame, he probably designed 200 or 300 golf courses in the Midwest. And in 1920, William Bell was our first president of the club. It was called the Crawford County Country Club. It wasn't called Quail Creek yet. And in the early 60s, the Heath family got involved, most notably Dick Heath. He started and wanted to build 9 more holes. In the late 50s, early 60s, they began. Kenneth Killian was the new architect because Mr. Bendelow had passed at that point. Built our newer 9, which today is holes 8 through 16. Dick's ultimate vision was he needed an 18-hole golf course to have a very good professional event. Okay, so in 1962, Dick started the Robinson Open. And in 1967, he got the PGA Tour to sanction an event in Robinson, which to today, we're still the smallest town to ever hold a PGA Tour event. We had the PGA Tour from 1967 to 73, and we had several different famous golfers show up and play. Lee Trevino was in Robinson to play, Tom Watson, both of those guys are in the Hall of Fame. Dean Beeman won the event in 1973, and he was commissioner of the PGA Tour for about 20 years after. And my favorite, because he went to my high school, was Bob Golby. He won the 1969 Masters, and he won our event as well. So once the tour left and things kind of got back to normal, the club kind of grew. Golf is kind of one of those things where we go into peaks and valleys, and the country club had the same thing. 4 years ago, we were approached by the AJGA, which is the American Junior Golf Association. It's kind of the PGA Tour for juniors. So we were awarded in 2019 the AJGA Junior All-Star, which was a fantastic event. There was 86 kids from all over the country, 6 different countries. These are kids that you will see on TV playing professionally. It's a week long. We're having it again this year in July. So we're very fortunate to have that. In Quail Creek now, we're doing a great job of trying to build membership because we have so much to offer. From the golf course to the fishing to our resort, we have so many events for everyone, whether it's kids, whether it's women, whether it's men, whether you're a good golfer, whether you're terrible at golf. We offer lessons. We have pretty much everything of a big country club has with kind of a small town feel. We don't take ourselves too serious, and we will greet you with a smile and make sure you enjoy your day.
We are so happy that you are still with us tonight. We know you're enjoying these amazing stories, especially the ones you just listened to. Jay Prindable, we give a shout out to Jay. He's down there at the Pro Shop at Quail Creek Country Club tonight watching us as we're here live. He was planning to be with us, but circumstances wasn't able to be here. But Jay, thank you all for such a magnificent red carpet premiere last week.
Yeah, we had a great time last week, and we're having a great time here this evening.
Yes.
And we are so happy that we got so many phone calls the first segment of the break, and we're hoping that those phones are going to start ringing again. So don't wait for us to stop talking, because we're going to keep talking, but we want someone to get this segment rolling with a phone call coming in right now.
It was pretty cool last time because we wanted to interview some of the people that were up here with us, but we couldn't. They were too busy talking with you on the phone.
And that's okay.
And
that's what we want.
We love that. That's what we love. It was pretty cool not to be able to do the interviews because we could just talk about them while they were on the phone taking your orders and helping you. So please pick up the phone right now. Give us a call. We have some new operators up here. Oh, well, we have some of our old faithfuls up here too, Fritz. And Fritz says, "What? I'm not old." Diana is with us, Devin is with us, and Doug Roberts from the library is with us. So we want to get them busy. They're here to work for you and to take your orders and let you call in and talk with these wonderful people here in Crawford County.
We've got a few thank yous that we want to give out this evening, but before we get to the ones that called in, we want to say thank you. Oh, the phones are ringing.
There we go.
Yay! We want to say thank you to Doug Roberts and the library staff for hosting us for the recording of this special program. We know that several of you are watching tonight, and we want to thank you for being so kind and considerate and allowing us to use your library to record this story. So Doug, thank you for being here, and thank you for all of that. And we also want to thank Danelle Hevron from the Crawford County area for the set photos that you see back here behind us. She donated those for us to be able to use for the set this evening. And then Tony Madlam from Oblong with T Graphics printed them. Yes. And so, you know, what a great way to showcase Crawford County through those photographs.
Well, and you know, when we're all done, they get to go back to Crawford County and people get to be blessed to help fundraise for Crawford County and bring money back into the county, and that's a wonderful thing.
It is. Once again, they're supporting one another. You can wave over there on that side of the set. When you guys see yourself on TV, go ahead and wave and say, give us a call. We're live in the studio. I think Wanda Kay, you want to give some shout outs for the people. Do you have the shout out cards there? You want to hand those on? Okay, come here and stand right here by me. This is my son. This is Braden Armstrong. I'm going to hand those off to you. It's a family affair this evening, so Braden, thanks so much for being here and helping us out this evening. We've got some more friends and family around the studio, so Wanda, I'm going to let you start out.
Okay, Reese Williamson called tonight from Hudsonville. Reese, thank you. Thank you for calling and for supporting WEIU. Yes! And then Roger Pethel, he already called. Roger, great story, and thank you for calling and getting your DVD and Blu-ray. Also, Howard Hunt from Martinsville, Illinois called. Howard, thank you so much.
That's great. I have Vicki May, who's here with us this evening from Hudsonville. Thank you, Vicki, and your husband. And then I also have Preston Riley. Thank you so much for supporting us as well. Do you have more there?
We've got Maya Moore Hasler from Philo. So thank you so much, Maya, for calling in. I hope I said your name right. I hate to mess someone's name up. We also have May Meter from Robinson. May called in and ordered her DVD and Blu-ray of the program. And then Georgia Mills called from Robinson. Georgia, thank you so much for calling in tonight and for ordering and to support WEIU, so that we can continue doing what we do best, which is go into these amazing counties and towns and let people tell their sweet stories.
I have a few more thank yous here as well. I have Deborah Lawrence from Robinson. Thank you, Deborah, for calling in. Yeah, give her a round of applause. Craig and Stephanie Weber from Robinson, we thank you. And Debbie Scott from Robinson, we thank you. So we've got lots of people to thank this evening and lots more people coming our way, hopefully.
Yes, so we need you to pick up the phone and call in right now to talk to one of the storytellers here or one of the champions behind us. And if not, go online to our secure website and order your DVD for $75 or a Blu-ray for $75, or 2 or more of any of this mixture is $60 each. And I would say buy multiples, because you can't beat a deal like that. And also helping WEIU and supporting your local PBS station. So right now, I think we're going to interview Fritz.
Well, I'm going to interview Fritz in just a moment, but I wanted to say, you know, over there on the other side of the set, we've got Chrissy over there, and she told the story of the trees on the river, and that was such a great story. And an emotional story, and we thank her for that. And you know, we moved on to some other stories throughout the James Jones, the author, lots of different history. And we've got a very special one coming up on Oblong in the next segment. And I've got Fritz Wheeler here with me tonight. Thank you so much for being here tonight, Fritz.
You're welcome.
If the phone rings, I'm going to let you go ahead and get it, but I'm going to ask you first, you know, how does it make you feel to be a part of this program and to be able to showcase Oblong Lake, which is coming up?
Well, it's a good feeling. So many times you hear people say negative about everyone, and it's really nice to hear a lot of positive comments about your own community as well as somebody else's community, and I really enjoyed that part of it.
Well, good. And you know what? You told a great story. It showcases the lake, the history of the lake, and the changes that it went through. And he's got a perfect tagline. I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to let you give it away. But it'll leave you with a smile on your face. So thank you so much for being here tonight, Fritz.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you for having us.
All right. Wanda Kay, back over to you.
We are so happy that you're calling in and talking to these amazing phone operators tonight. We're keeping them all busy. We've got them coming over from the other side. People are calling and saying they want to talk to certain ones that's sitting over on the other side of the set. And we just bring them right on over and let them talk to you. And that's what we love doing, is we want to be here to serve you tonight. Whatever your needs are, we want to make sure that we meet your needs tonight. So right now, I think I'm going to go back and talk to Devin before she gets on the phone. Devin, thank you for being here.
You're very welcome.
Devin is one of the school teachers for the kids with the fire safety program.
That's right.
And Devin, can you tell me what it's like in the classroom when the kids started being introduced to this program and what they felt and what their excitement was like?
Sure. So it started with a book, and when we were reading the book and the tragedy of the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire happened, you know, we then took it to the fire station and our local refinery, and all working together put together this great program that you just saw. And to know over 700 kids throughout the 7 years, over 700 kids have been trained, and 4 kids, since we've been doing it, have put out fires in their home. It's just such an honor to, and so rewarding, that knowing that they have that life skill through the book and through our classroom.
Well, and I'm sure when those kids that helped put out fires in their homes came back to school,
yes,
I can imagine what it was like
yes,
in that classroom.
They were
told their
very,
stories.
you know, excited, and we heard from most of their from all of their parents, how just appreciative they were of the people that helped in our community, because it really did save their homes and their lives. So they were so thankful.
So
yes.
amazing. Devin, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. And I know what a blessing it's been to their area, and I wish it was opened and everybody could get fire safety programs started in their areas, because I think it's been very beneficial. Keanne, back over to you.
Well, maybe after tonight and seeing this program, some other communities might get that same taste and think, you know what, this might benefit our community as well and the students that we have. You know, we heard from Mike Scheimer in the last segment as well about the parks and all the different things that we have down there. And, you know, Annapolis was covered as well. And what a great little community. And I'm so glad that we got to showcase that community. In the next segment, we've got some other things coming up. We've got the log cabin legacy, and Scarlett is here. She's a storyteller for that. We're going to hear about the United Way. We're going to hear about the Oil Belt Railroad, and Vicki May tells a story about the Roush brothers and the airport there. So what great stories coming our way.
Yes, so there's a whole lot more to come, and we know you don't want to miss it. So please continue calling in, keep the phone operators busy, or go online to our secure website and get your DVD or Blu-ray tonight, okay?
All
right now we're going back to Crawford
County. This is our story.